Hello guys, it's Victor Esibo. Once again, you're welcome to my channel. Old timers, thank you for sticking around. First timers, if you're coming across my channel, what we do here is we talk life lessons, spirituality, we talk money, pretty much everything that edifies you as a person. So if stuff like this is what brings you to YouTube, you may consider subscribing. Today we're going to be discussing something that is very sensitive. We're talking mental health. This is not a topic that trends a lot. Even as individuals, many of us ignore our mental health. People go for routine teeth and dentition checkup with their dentist. People check their kidneys with their urologist. People go for general medical checkups as per their internal stomach organs. People go for eye checkup with their opticians, but people don't really take mental health seriously. And there is this misconception by many people that really makes me laugh. They think that the only people with mental problem are the madmen on the street who are naked or dressed in rags, picking up pieces of paper. It's not true. There are so many mad people with mental problem dressed in suits, heading top government positions, heading big time corporations, but they have mental problems. Okay, so in this video I want to sensitize you guys and bring our awareness to mental health. Okay, people don't go taking psychotherapy, they don't check with their psychiatrist to check how well their brains are functioning. There are telltale signs that people ignore. As a matter of fact, I tell you categorically that only few people are mentally sound. Very few people, especially in my country, Nigeria. Very few people. I've been driving on the road before one day, and the vehicle in front of me stopped abruptly, center of the road. Traffic was beginning to build up behind her. She stopped at the middle of the road. So I thought her car probably developed a fault. She stopped. So I thought she had engine problems. Guess why this woman stopped? She wanted to buy plantain chips. Yes, center of the road, the main road. And she wasn't even buying these plantain chips in a hurry. She was taking her time to bargain. How much is this thing? Won't you sell for this? Won't you sell for... Come on. Come on. Such a person needs mental evaluation. Have you seen people reversing their cars at a roundabout? Yeah, some people do that. And sometimes you find yourself getting angry over little or nothing. You console yourself by saying, yeah, I'm a no-nonsense person. Plus, your brain is beginning to work awkwardly and you need mental assessments. Fits of rage, you get angry easily. Some people, when they are angry, they break things, they throw things around, they hurt people. They console themselves by saying, oh, I'm temperamental. See, issues with your temper can be a warning sign or an indication that you need mental evaluation. Okay, and if you've been in this situation before, you enter your house, you lock your main door, you enter at night, say 9 p.m., you lock your door, then you go to bed and you sleep. Then suddenly you wake up by 2 a.m. and something is telling you, are you sure you locked your door? Come on, you didn't lock that door. Thieves will enter your house very soon. Then you get up from your bed. Your spouse will probably think you were getting up to ease yourself or something. Then you go and check your door to make sure it's locked. Things you did, after a while you start doubting if you did them. Obsessive compulsive disorder. So there are many things we're going to be talking about in this video, telltale signs of mental health issues. And when these issues are not handled properly, that's where you see people fall into depression, and you see people who have a lot going on for them, people you probably envy. You hear that they commit suicide. So these are warning signs that shouldn't be ignored, and we're going to be talking about a whole lot in this video. So depression, anxiety disorder, schizophrenia, addictive disorders, these are some of the examples of mental illness. Okay, now what are the symptoms? What are some of the general symptoms that all may not be well up there? Okay, these are things that we see every day and we ignore them, and psychiatrists' office is always empty because nobody is going to check. Now majority of the cases that are taken to the psychiatrist are when they have gotten to the peak. So these are some of the telltale signs that you may need some mental evaluation. Mood swings. You see some people are happy this moment, and the next moment they're sad, and the next moment again they're happy, and the next moment they're sad. They drift in and out of happiness, they drift in and out of sadness. Now that may be a sign that you need to have your brain checked, because that is the early warning sign of depression. Depression is lurking around the corner. It starts with a mood swing. Now you go in and out of sadness momentarily. There's a time, at a point in time, you would go permanently into that sadness and you'll be inconsolable. So when the mood swings are too often, then you need to check it out. It may be a sign of an underlying mental problem. Okay. Number 2, confused thinking and reduced ability to concentrate. When your mind is chaotic and your mind keeps drifting, you cannot focus on one particular task and get it done. Okay, you're driving a car on the highway and your mind travels to your office, and your mind is at your office but your body is driving the car. When there's a trailer coming right in front of you, you do not see that trailer. Why? Because you're not there. You're at the office. You're sorting things out at the office. That's why many accidents happen. Okay, many people don't realize that they travel. You're talking to somebody and they are lost in thought, and you need to tap them and they're like, what did you say? That may be a sign of an impending mental issue. That may be a sign of an impending mental issue and should not be ignored. That may be a sign that you need to have some form of psychotherapy. You need to have a session with a psychiatrist. Now, number 3, excessive fears or worries or extreme feeling of guilt. Okay, now everything is okay. Your finances are okay, your career is fine, your marriage is good, everything around you is okay, but all of a sudden you're having panic attacks, you're scared over nothing. And when somebody tells you, why are you worried? You can't place a finger on the reason why you're bothered. You're worried, you're scared, you're so anxious. It's like you're in panic mode, or you extreme feeling of guilt. Things happen and you just want to blame yourself. You always want to find a reason to take the blame for everything that happens around you, even if those things are beyond your control. You want to blame yourself for how your career went. You want to blame yourself for a bad relationship. You want to blame yourself for how your finances are going. You want to take all the blames in the world. That may be a sign of an underlying mental issue. Now these signs are always ignored by people, but it's something that they really do need to pay attention to or check out. Number 4 is withdrawal from friends and activities. Now when you're having recurrent mood swings and people are beginning to notice, and they're not asking you questions like, why are you like this? Why are you lost in thought? Why are you having this recurrent mood swing? So you now start to isolate yourself. You're tired of the questions. You're tired of people scrutinizing you. You're tired of people criticizing what you do or how you feel. You then isolate yourself from people
and activities.
That is a very dangerous phase. That is why it's always good for you to check on your family and friends. The ones that you used to see around, who used to be sociable, who used to be amiable, you no longer see them. All of a sudden they disappeared. You need to check on them. They may not be people you have physical contact with. It might be somebody on social media who used to post, or maybe a YouTuber like me who used to post videos often. They no longer post videos. Give them a call, send them an email, send them a text, ask how they're doing. You never can tell. You might be saving a life. 5, sleep problems and reduced energy. Now, sleep problems and reduced energy, definitely when your mind is chaotic, your mind is always working and drifting, you find it difficult to sleep. Obsessive compulsive disorder can wake you up by 3 a.m. and tell you, oh boy, you did not lock your car. You definitely locked your car, but you wake up by 2 a.m. and something is telling you that your car is open. They are going to steal your wallet from your car. Then you actually get up by 3 a.m. You leave your bed, open your door, go outside your house to check and confirm, and you'll find out that your door is locked. Your mind always tells you that you have not done the things that you have done. It's a sign that you need to have that thing checked. Something is going wrong in there. Inability to cope with daily stress or problems. Okay, internally you already have problems that you have created for yourself in your head. You have created problems for yourself in your head. So when you have additional external problems, they are always too much for you to handle, so you always complain. Little problems that any other person would take in their stride, little challenges that people would look forward to even solving. When you have such challenges, you feel that the world is coming to an end. That is why many people in Africa attribute physical problems to spirituality. Oh, there's an uncle in the village that is disturbing me. Why did I have flat tires today? Come on, flat tires with vehicles, they are normal. Bring out the jack and remove and change the tires. Call the vulcanizer and have it solved. You don't have to cry over every little challenge you have. So if you are the type that normal life problems overweigh you, I think it's time for you to have some form of psychotherapy session with a certified psychiatrist. Detachment from reality, paranoia, hallucination is also a warning sign. When you the madmen you see on the streets, they have gotten to that stage where they live in their own world. They hear voices you don't hear. They talk to people you cannot see. They create their own world and they communicate in there. They think they are okay, but they're not fine because you don't see what they see and you don't hear what they hear. Okay, there are some hard drugs you take that puts you momentarily in a state of paranoia, and you start hallucinating. You start talking to people that don't exist. That's why we call them mad, because they're doing stuff with people that we cannot see, right? So that is an obvious sign of a mental issue, and it's at that stage that people go to the psychiatrist, and that is advanced already. But these other signs, they are little signs that can make you get help before your condition actually deteriorates. Drug and alcohol addiction. Drug and alcohol addiction is actually like the beginning. It's at the early stage. Maybe there is trauma, you went through something difficult, the death of a loved one, the loss of a job, or you're coping with a divorce. Then you start feeling sad, and you decide to console yourself by drowning yourself in alcohol and taking recreational drugs to momentarily take you to euphoria. Okay, that can become habitual, and you start having mental issues. You start having withdrawal symptoms. If you don't take this alcohol, if you don't take these recreational drugs, you cannot be happy naturally. It causes alcohol dependence. So when you see somebody handling if you see somebody in a critical condition and they're taking to alcohol and recreational drugs, it's time to have a conversation with them, okay, to prevent them from slipping into depression. Excessive anger and violence. You see some people, they get angry easily. Such people pride themselves in, oh, I'm a no-nonsense person. Oga, you are having mental problems. Little things happen and you are throwing things around. Fits of anger. You feel terrible over little things that normal people would ignore. You see somebody saying, oh, I'm ready to fight, I'm going to injure somebody today, and you're like, what did that person do to you? I greeted him good morning and he answered with a nod. Is that why you want to fight him? Like, are you okay? And the guy's like, I don't take nonsense, I'm a temperamental person. You are not a temperamental person, you have a mental problem, you're a madman. Okay, so when somebody has fits of anger and they get angry easily, it might be it's time for them to go and see a psychiatrist. Suicidal thoughts. Suicidal thoughts is the main reason why you should not allow people who are going through a certain situation to isolate themselves. That's why I am always an advocate of people checking on each other. Okay, when you allow people that are suffering depression or any form of mental illness to be alone, they are going to commit suicide, because their mind will continue to lie to them. Their mind will tell them that this divorce you're going through is the worst divorce that has ever happened anywhere in the world. So the only remedy to your situation is to take your life. Hello? You have disgraced your family, you've let your friends and family down by losing your job, you've let yourself down by having a breakup with your fiance few days to your marriage, you've lost your dignity. This court case that you're having is going to drain you. Why don't you take the easy way out of this problem? And you're like, what's the easy way out? Come on, drink acid. Make shaving powder and drink it. Hang yourself on a rope. Slice open your wrist. Okay, so now these depressed people always look for the easy way out because they feel that they have reduced ability to solve problems. So they are looking for an escape. What is the great escape? Death. Suicidal thoughts start coming in. That's why you see people who are doing well, people who are actually even envying, people who have it all going well for them, dropping a note and saying bye bye, I am gone. So you need to keep checking on people so that you will know when these things are about to happen and you can help them nip it in the bud. So these mental illnesses, what causes them? I'm going to go through 6 of the likely causes of this mental illness. Number 1, inheritance. Maybe there's somebody in your family who had mental issues. Okay, your genes may be susceptible to, you might be at risk of developing a mental issue. So if you know that in your dad's family or your mom's family there was one madman or one mad woman there, it's a warning sign to you to always take things easy. Okay, you have lost your job, don't overthink it. Remember, Uncle XYZ, yes, that's your father's elder brother, he had mental issue. Please take it easy. It's not the end of the world. Don't overthink it. Okay, so whatever situation you find yourself, no matter how bad, you will learn to take things easy if you have traced your lineage and you found that there are 1 or 2 people who had mental issues. So you should learn to take things easy. That's number 1. Number 2, environmental exposure before birth. Environmental exposure to stressors, drugs, toxins, alcohol in the womb. Now, if you are unfortunate and it is one of these slay mamas that gave birth to you, when your mother was pregnant with you, she was drinking alcohol, taking marijuana, taking recreational drugs, you are at a very high risk of having mental illness when they give birth to you. Okay, so that is why it is good for pregnant women, please, all your bad habits and vices, when you are pregnant, stay off them for the sake of your baby. After giving birth to that baby, you are free to continue your wayward lifestyle. Okay, for the sake of the child, take it easy with the clubbing, the smoking, and the taking of all those toxins into your body, it will affect your baby. Okay. Number 3, stressful life situations, death of a loved one, job loss. Okay. When you're going through hard times and you feel that the world is coming crumbling on your head, and you feel that there's no way out, you start taking alcohol, and somebody will introduce you to one recreational drug that can take you to cloud 10 and make you feel happy. Remember, that thing that took you to cloud 10, from maybe you're in cloud 7, you're feeling down, that thing that took you to cloud 10 will drop you to cloud 3. You will be worse than you were before you took that recreational drug. So say no to drugs. Drugs are not the solution to your problems. Okay, these things can cause mental illness. Repeated abuse of drugs and alcohol is going to lead you into abysmal depression. You don't want to do that. It's not the best. Yeah. Number 4, brain damage as a result of trauma, e.g. violent blow to the head. Okay, these can distort some of the neurological setup of your brain. The trauma, maybe a child falls off his or her mother's back and hits their head on the floor, or maybe you get blown in the head. It can reset some things there, and you start having mental issues. Okay? Number 5, childhood history of abuse or neglect. Parents, when you give birth to your children while they are growing up, be observant, especially the girl child. There are pedophiles everywhere, grown men who are attracted to little children. They will tell your daughter to come and sit on their lap. You will say, oh, it's just a friendly gesture. There's no friendly anything anywhere. Child abuse is everywhere. You see men of 60 abusing little children of age 5 and 6. That trauma is going to live with that child forever. Okay, so neglect, abuse during childhood can cause PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It can happen, and the thoughts of that abuse will linger for a very long time. If you're busy, I know that you're busy looking for money, so you leave your children in custody of your maid. Okay, the money you're looking for, the problem that your incessant, excessive pursuit of money will cause, money will not be able to solve that problem. So take time to pay attention to the well-being of your children, and do not leave your children in the custody of strangers. That is why you see that many years later, when abused children are already adults, that's when they will come out and speak about an abuse they suffered several decades ago, because the thoughts never leave them. Okay, now number 6, few friends and few healthy relationships. Now these introverted people, they don't have friends, they don't associate and all that, they're always introverted, and you're having mental issues. Your mind is telling you that you just lost your job. That is the end of your life. You are done for. You are finished. You will believe, because there's nobody around you to share that your thought with. If you had friends around you and that thought comes into your head that, oh, now that you are divorced, this is the end of your life, come on, go and drink poison and die. If you tell your friend will be able to say, no, don't do that. It's not the end of the world for you. You will get another job, or you will get another spouse. You will rise again. Those words can make you, change your mindset about life and feel that there is hope again. So the long and short, the summary of this whole video is that always check on people. It could be just a simple WhatsApp message. Hello, how are you doing? Keep your head up. Whatever you're going through, remember, it is not the end of the world. Okay, people who have these mental issues, their minds lie to them that your case is the worst in the world. It's a lie. There's somebody worse than you somewhere. Your case is not the worst in the world. Your case is not the first in the world. It is just one of those things. It is not external things that kill us as humans. It is the internal things. It is how you react to things that matters. Your reaction, your interpretation of situations is what either makes or mar you. It is not the situation. Now you're divorced, you are now depressed. Your mind is telling you it's the end of the world. You now start taking drugs, you now die. It wasn't the divorce that killed you. It is your mindset that killed you. There are people who got divorced and they started recording more success in their lives. Now you lost your job, and because of that you started taking alcohol and recreational drugs. You now became a nuisance to society. It wasn't your job loss that caused it. No, it's your mindset that caused that problem for you. It is not the external things that affect us. It is the internal things that affect us. There are people who are very poor and can hardly feed, yet they are happy. While there are people who live in abundance, yet they are unhappy. It's your mind. So train your mind to be good. Go for routine psychiatric checkup. Okay, I went to the general hospital recently and I found out that the psychiatric department had no patients. Nobody was coming to see the doctors. And I laugh. In a country where 70% of the people are mad, there is nobody, there are no patients in the psychiatric department. Mad people everywhere, dressed in suits, looking good. 7 out of every 10 person you see has mental illness. One sort of mental illness or the other. But go to the dentist, you see them, they have teeth problem, they sit down, plenty of them, fixing their teeth. You have mental problem, you are not concerned about that one, you are bothered about your teeth. Look at you. Get a routine psychiatric checkup today. Take care of your mental health. Check on your friends and loved ones often. You might be saving a life. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something. Till I see you next time with another powerful and inspiring video. I remain Victor Isibo. Bye for now.